Guys, The Boys Season 4 wrapped up a little over a month ago, and since then, I really haven't known what to do with myself.
I'm not sure what to do with my hands.
Be good just to hold them down by your side. Yeah, great.
While Season 4 wasn't everybody's cup of tea, I think we can all agree that season finale set us up for what's going to be an epic final season of The Boys. And with Gen V Season 2 coming out sometime next year, I think it's time we do what we do best on this channel and start cooking up some boys theories. So I think it's time we get the ball rolling and hit up Reddit and see what people on r/theboys have been cooking up. Real quick, be sure to like and subscribe, and let's get into it. Now, before we get into all the theories for the upcoming seasons, let's take a quick victory lap for our Season 4 theories we got right. Considering my schizo-Nazi Vought theory got blown out of the water within the first 10 minutes of Season 4, I'm glad I somehow predicted Blow A-Train.
Homelander changes his name to Freaklander and forces A-Train in the deep to oil him up.
If you saw my first theory vid, Reddit called it on Butcher becoming a villain, Ryan learning the origins of his birth, Homelander's coup, even A-Train aligning with MM. Don't get me wrong, it's not like we were clairvoyant. There were certainly a lot of crackpot theories making up the bulk of those vids, but there's no better time than now to get the ball rolling on Gen V Season 2 and The Boys Season 4 theories. I've taken a few screenshots off Reddit, so I'm just going to go through them real quick and give them my thoughts kind of off the cuff. Alright, first theory we got by Dahiro. Annie needs to be the one to kill the Deep, or he should die because of his own stupid mistakes, like setting the timer too short for a bomb or some shit. And I totally agree with that. Either Annie needs to fillet his ass, or his own hubris should be the downfall. One thing I'm really looking forward to in the upcoming seasons is how the Deep interacts with Soldier Boy. I could totally see Jensen Ackles knocking that dude down a peg. A follow-up to that theory by JGamer502, I like the theory Ambrosia survived and makes it back to the ocean and then tells the sea creatures how fucked up he is. So when Homelander's plans fail, if he decides to go into the ocean, he just gets jumped by all the sea life. A reply to that is that's hilarious, but I don't think any marine life can do anything to him. And that's where I kind of disagree, you know. The Deep's, of course he's more durable than the average human, but dude got knocked out by a 45-pound weight, right? I think if you get like a marlin or something, you know, going full speed, you could definitely impale that guy. There's no chance his gills aren't a weak spot. Alright, next theory by Unforgettable Memories. Ryan and Soldier Boy will be the wild card of Season 5. Soldier Boy would definitely want to get revenge on Butcher for the betrayal in Season 3, but I don't think Soldier Boy would want to work with Homelander. Shit. This maybe be the redemption for Soldier Boy. He could see this as an opportunity to take down Homelander and go back to being the #1 soup celebrity. Ryan hates the fact that Mallory and the CIA want to imprison him and train him as a tool, but Ryan also knows how unhinged Homelander is. Ryan has killed Mallory, pushing Butcher into genocide mode. Ryan has also pissed off Homelander too. It's like he has nowhere to go. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a grandpa-grandson rogue duo in Season 5. I think we'll definitely get Soldier Boy and Ryan playing off of each other, although I feel like Ryan will think Soldier Boy's kind of a jackass. That's just me though. Although I wouldn't be surprised to see Soldier Boy's allegiances to Homelander be really tested. And at this point, with the whole coup going on, I think we're way past the point of soups being celebrities, you know? Now that can of worms been opened, there's no going back. Alright, next one by Organ Donor. Ryan's only friend is in captivity now. I guess he will go after her, then she will tell him everything the mother told her about Homelander, which will play a significant role in his decision making. And they're talking about Zoe being at Red River at the end of Season 4. And personally, I think the Zoe/Red River plot will be dealt with in Gen V Season 2. There's too much significance there for that not to be Marie's storyline. Her and Newman did have that dynamic at the end of Gen V because, you know, they both have blood manipulation. And like Newman, Marie spent a good amount of time at Red River. I could totally see Marie going to revisit Red River and end up saving Zoe along the way. Alright, next one by Lex E5839. Soldier Boy parenting Ryan and then saving him from either Butcher or Homelander, or Butcher at the end would be amazing. Maybe he sacrifices himself. His whole life, he's never had to take anything seriously or make any meaningful choices, and he's always held onto his father's sentiment that he cheated. There's no way to cheat death, and sacrificing himself to save his grandson's life would be the first pure and good thing he ever did in his life. It's a sacrifice that any real man would make. And by that, I mean a real man is a good and honest way, not the bullshit toxic standard he's tried to live up to. Seems unlikely. Like, to me, Soldier Boy just isn't that guy at his core.
Okay, first off, fuck you.
The only way I think Ryan could be a better person after interacting with Soldier Boy, if he looked at the way Soldier Boy acted and did that as what not to do. Next one by Cry_YD. Homelander eventually goes crazy in season 5 and kills President Calhoun, taking direct control over the United States. Annie retakes her Starlight identity to rally rebel soups to fight Homelander. A-Train, Ashley, possibly even Maeve. Sage plays double agent, eventually betraying Homelander and setting him up to be killed by many, acting as Brutus. Soldier Boy and Ryan will team up, and Soldier Boy will be a tougher father figure and guide him to killing Homelander. Homelander fights several Starlighters and fights Butcher, saves Ryan, and kills a beat-down Homelander, and Ryan escapes. Homelander 100% will take the reins and become King/Emperor. I think this ascension will be the first step in him exporting the soup supremacist movement abroad, as teased by the boys' Instagram in these images. Also, 100% agrees Andy's going to become Starlight again. Fingers crossed we get to see an updated, more battle-focused Starlight uniform, because at this point, the skirt just ain't cutting it. Now, circling to the part about Sage, I think this is a pretty smart idea. I didn't even really pick up on the comparisons Sage was making between Homelander and Caesar during Season 4. So having Homelander experience his own Ides of March, I think, would be somewhat fitting, because there's no way Sage doesn't have a master plan that involves betraying Homelander. I could even see her coaxing the Deep in Noir to betray Homelander at some point. After Homelander fighting several Starlighters and getting killed by Butcher, that's one possibility, but it just feels too obvious. Now, I'm skipping over some stuff, but another part of the theory is Huey kills Butcher after Butcher threatens Starlight, potentially Ryan. And I totally think Huey's going to be the one to take out Butcher next season. That was something that was done in the comics. Even when we thought The Boys was going in a different direction than the comics, it ended up in a very similar place, just in a smarter way. So I could totally see Huey being the one to axe Butcher next season. Now, these are some Gen V Season 2 theories, and what Rosa Milano 777 posted, talking about the finale of Season 4. It's basically setting up the same situation as Infamous Second Son, with a militarized soup state, so I'm guessing Gen V will take after it, and the gang will actively fight against the government. And someone replied to that saying, end of the episode use heart-shaped box 2, which was used in the Infamous Second Son credits. Now, I was an Xbox guy back in the day, so I've never played Infamous Second Son, but this could definitely be a parallel they're making. If you're familiar with this game, let me know in the comments below what parallels you think could be made between Gen V Season 2 and Infamous Second Son. Another theory by Nub on Reddit, my best guess is that Gen V Season 2 takes place during Season 4. And someone replied, yeah, that makes more sense for us to see how they got to be brainwashed and working for Vought. Doing a pivotal moment in a spin-off show wouldn't be that great. And that's not something I've considered before, that the Gen V Season 2 could be taking place during the events of Season 4. Now, I know there was that one commercial questioning where our protagonists from Gen V were, but beyond that, I'm not really sure there's too much going on there. So I give this theory like a 50-50 chance. I just really feel like Gen V Season 2 is going to give us that first look at Homelander's soup supremacist nation. Now, I didn't just go to look for Reddit for this. I do have a couple ideas of my own what I think is going to happen. I mentioned this earlier in response to one of the theories. I do think Zoe Marie's storylines will intertwine. The dynamic between Marie and Newman at the end of Gen V Season 1, it was kind of like, oh man, I've been searching all my life for someone like me, and I found you. And of course, they didn't spend too much time together, and we know what happens to Newman. So I think Marie is going to feel a sense of obligation towards Zoe when she finds out she's at Red River. One aspect of The Boys Season 5 I'm really looking forward to is that first encounter between Butcher and Soldier Boy. I'm curious what kind of dialogue is going to go down between the two, but part of me is really worried that Butcher just might be too much for Soldier Boy and just tear him in two. Now, this isn't really a theory, but more so just like a question about Soldier Boy's powers. I said earlier that I'm looking forward to see the Deep interact with Soldier Boy because I think he's going to knock him down a peg. Now, we've seen Soldier Boy use his explosion to depower soups, but we've never seen him use it on someone whose powers had a physical change to their body. It's always just been somebody who had like super strength or a healing factor. So I'm curious if he used that explosion on the Deep, would it A, not change his body, but just make it to where he can't use his gills anymore? Or B, physically change his body to where he no longer has the gills? Not really sure we're going to get an answer on that, but just food for speculation. Now guys, that's going to wrap it up for today. Let me know in the comments below what theories you have going into Gen V Season 2 and The Boys Season 5, and I'll make a follow-up video going over that. Real quick, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. See you on the next Randograph.